Big Sunpress. It's a heat press. That's what's in this box right here that we're going to open up and check this out. I get a lot of offers to demonstrate heat presses, and I turn most of them down because they're all pretty much just like the other ones. This one here is quite different, so I agreed to take this one on to demonstrate and test. It's automatic, and it is not the clamshell type. By clamshell, I mean works like this. This works this way, so it's a straight down press. So what's the difference? If you're doing garments or let's say koozies or HTV on fabric, it doesn't make any difference what kind it is. But if you have something that is thick, let's say you have a 3/4 inch board you're going to sublimate design onto, because of that thickness, if you're trying to use a clamshell, it will not give you even pressure all the way across. Whereas a press like this, since it comes straight down and straight up, will give you that even pressure. And this one is also automatic, so I've heard. I haven't checked it out yet. So when you are done with your project or your project is finished, it will automatically open and you don't have to wait and listen for the beeper to go off. One of my other presses is automatic. I have a very large Heat Press Nation press, and that one's automatic. It does the auto open. But it is way more expensive than what this one is. So let me get this out of the box here and we'll see what we got. Might be lacking in room here. I will tell you this puppy's heavy because I had to carry it up the stairs in the loft here, so it's got some heft to it. Okay, and opening up the box here, I see we have a quick start guide. Control panel layout, kind of explains a few things. We'll get into that here. Then we have safety instructions, of course, and use indoors only. That makes sense. May become hot during use. That also makes sense. Looks like we have a handle we're going to have to mount. This has a slide out drawer, I'm pretty sure, which is handy because you don't burn your fingers. I have one clamshell press where you do not have the pull-out drawer. You have to get your hands back in there and get things arranged, and it's very easy to burn the back of your hands while you're trying to arrange things. Then we have a big piece of styrofoam, and we have the press inside, and this may be a challenge to get out. Okay, I got the press out. Now what do I do with the box? Onto the floor it goes. Here's the press all wrapped in plastic. I'll get that unwrapped and get rid of this cardboard, and we'll get this thing checked out. Okay, got her unwrapped. This just came a little while ago and it's cold outside, and this power cord's a little stiff. So hopefully when that warms up it'll straighten out. This whole thing is actually cold. So you've got some protective foam here. Remove. And there is a Teflon sheet already in there. And I need to open this, pull this drawer out. The press is actually closed. Suppose I could plug it in and open it. We've got that plugged in. Power's up. Flashed anyway. Looks like there's a protective film on the screen here you're going to have to peel off. Yeah, there is. Yeah, now it's more clear. So you got a power button here, and I think you have to hold that for a couple seconds there. It opened up. It's over a little more so you can see what we're doing here. So I need to mount the handle on the front of this drawer. This does come with 2 Teflon sheets. That's nice because I use Teflon sheets on, static electricity. That's a pad. I'll remove all that while I get the handle put on. This will be pretty basic. It's just a couple of socket head screws. They do give you an alien wrench in here to put it on with. Yeah, I'll get this handle put on there and then we'll continue. Okay, we got the handle on there. The drawer does pull all the way out. I mean, you have a complete working area here. Some models that have pull-outs, it only pulls out about this far, so you still got to mess around with getting your hands under there. No, this is not heating yet. I haven't set that. So this goes all the way out, and when you're pushed in, you're going to push a little harder and it'll pop in and lock right there. So I'll get my pad put back on there, like so. Okay, so how does it work? Got it set up here in the loft. You got a power button here. You first plug it in, the display will come on, then it'll go back off again. And here's where you can set your temperature and your time and your pressure. So the little thermometer thing up here would be for your temperature, and I want, well, 360. It's right there where I want it. For time, I am going to want 60 seconds. So I push time, I can push the plus. I can hold it and run it up there to 60. Oop. Okay, for pressure, that's this little guy right here, a little person with a little gear by its head. I'm going to go with number 3. So that's where I want to be for that. And I just need to let this warm up. And while it's warming up, I'll kind of show you what the drawer is like and everything here. This comes with a couple of Teflon sheets. As you can see here, there's a top and a bottom one. And I am going to be pressing a mouse pad. So I am going to lay my mouse pad in here. I already have it prepped. But because I may get some bleed around on that, I might put a piece of paper over that just so I don't get anything on the Teflon. And of course you can put the Teflon on there if you like. Now I just need to wait for it to get up to temperature. Okay, we're up to temperature, so it's just a matter of sliding the drawer in. Make sure you slide it in all the way till it clicks, or a mild click. And little guy over here, it'll automatically press down, and when it's finished it will automatically raise. And there's my mouse pad. Got a little experiment here I was going to do just to see how well it would work. So I have graphic. I have a piece of fairly thick polyester. I have another piece of fairly thick polyester. What I'm checking to do is with this new fabric is to see if I get what kind of bleed through I get. I'm trying to do a double-sided graphic. So I'm not going to tape anything. I'm just trying this out to see how it'll work. And I'm going to up my temperature a little bit here. Oop, now all of a sudden I'm in centigrade. I don't want that. There we go. Take this up 385 for 60 seconds. And I'll be using the same setting for pressure. So this is an experiment. I don't know how it's going to come out. Okay, we're up to temperature. I'll hit the go button here. We'll let it do its thing. I did get some bleed through on my paper. That's why I put paper in there, because I didn't know how this was going to react. And I've got a good graphic there. That one is not quite so good. I probably should have preheated my bed first. But what I'm looking at to do here is I'm going to be making a flag, and this is going to be on both sides. This is a small version of it. and I wanted to see how much this would show through. So I am definitely going to have to do it on 2 pieces, and we'll probably do them separately, because as you can see, that one there did not transfer as well. Of course, I didn't preheat my bed either. I probably should have preheated my bed. Just a little experiment I thought I'd throw in there. Now we'll talk a little bit more about the Sunpress itself here. So there again, you can adjust your time, your temperature, real easy. Hit go. This also has an automatic function if you press this little A here, so that when you would push this all the way in, if that A was lit up well like this, then it would automatically press, and then when it gets done, it will of course release. And you would pull the drawer out, and then when you push the next one in and that's still lit, as you push that in all the way, it'll automatically go again. So if you're doing repetitive pieces, that's a neat little feature. So another little thing about the Sunpress here, this is kind of a hybrid. It is an up and down motion, so if you're doing an irregularly shaped piece or something thick, then it will accommodate that, much like a swing away press will, where the pressure comes straight down. There's a swing away press right there. Now if you have something thick, let's say you're trying to sublimate onto a piece of 3/4 inch pine, and you try to use a clamshell, and I'll show you what one of those look like. This is a clamshell press here, where it hinges, it opens up like a clam. So it's very difficult to do something thick on this because it doesn't press it evenly. You need to have something that presses straight down. The Sunpress will do that. There's how the Sunpress works. And I'll put a link in the description on where you can go to get one of these if you like. It's a heavy, well-built machine. Yes, this was given to me to test and demonstrate. However, they're not paying me to say anything nice or to promote it or anything like that. They just provide the machine, and I got to do some testing with it. And of course, you saw there I made a mouse pad. I did a little bit of experimentation on some polyester there. But for things like t-shirts and mouse pads and koozies or whatever you're going to be sublimating to, it works out excellent. If you are doing something uneven and thick, let's say, let's say you're doing ceramic tiles like this, and you're going to sublimate onto that ceramic tile right there, you would want to use what they call a pressing pillow, and set this on the bed, place your thicker item on top, and then proceed with your press. And that goes for any kind of press, whether it be the up and down one, I'm going to call it, or a swing away like this one over here, or even a clamshell, which you could do. I wouldn't go much thicker than this on a clamshell, but the pressing pillow will allow that to press down in there a little bit and give you a little bit more even coverage. Another little tip is, as you saw with my polyester sublimation there, it doesn't hurt to, once this is warmed up, to run a cycle with the drawer closed and nothing in it. That preheats the bed down there. If you have a cold bed and you go to press right away, the temperature is going to drop rapidly because it's also trying to heat that bed up. So it's always good to do a bed preheat. That's why a lot of people say, hey, you know, my first one came out looking like crap, but the ones after that were all just fine. Well, that's because you didn't preheat the bed. And I should have done that here, but like I say, this was just a little experiment to see what kind of bleed through I'd get on that polyester. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up, always helps the channel. I'm Roger in the loft above the shop. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.